I don't think people understand what it's like to be a young carer, and I don't think they understand how hard it is. And it's just really hard sometimes when you've got school and like clubs and maybe stuff like that on.
You have to grow up fast when you're a young carer, because if you don't know what's going on, then you kind of can't help. I was 4 when I became a young carer, so I had to learn how to push my mum in a wheelchair, change tubes, know where crutches were, know where medicine was, and that was quite difficult.
Just being a young carer is stressful enough. It's not an easy job. People look at you and then they don't know what you're feeling from the inside. Sometimes you might just be dead in the morning and you don't know what's possible, and that's what might affect your emotions for the rest of the day. It's not an easy job.
I don't think teachers and professionals understand how hard it is at home and at school, and what you're going through. Maybe not with your mum or your dad, maybe it's your brother or sister or something like that. And it's not always easy to sit there thinking about them and trying to do schoolwork at the same time. It's quite hard.
Luckily, my teachers understand what I'm going through, and whenever I am stressful, I can just leave the class and sit in the guidance base, and I find that really helpful. Because one day, I think it was a Thursday, I just was like really down, really low, nearly at the end of the term, just so tired from everything, just pretty much the homework was just chucked on me. I didn't know where to go, and I just went and asked the teacher, can I just please leave class? I'm not having the greatest time in school at the moment. And she said, yeah, if you want you can write down what's going on, and that did help me.
My little brother got in trouble today for not doing his homework because he was doing things, and it's really unfair just do it. And the Young Carers card, which came out a few years ago, a lot of teachers didn't know about that, and students felt almost scared to use it, just like in front of the class and stuff, like even if you just went discreetly over to your teacher.
So teachers, professionals, support workers outside PCABs obviously don't have enough empathy for young carers. They show far too much sympathy, and sympathy is not what anyone needs. Doesn't help anybody, nobody cares for it.
If some random stranger that was a carer came in and said, oh, I'm gonna look after your mum, I would blankly refuse the offer because they don't know her. I do. I've obviously known her since I was born. So, yeah, they don't know everything. So even though they might have the right qualifications, they don't have the right support.
But I wouldn't know what to do with myself because I do it daily. I may not have to put the tubes in anymore, but I still remember how, and I still need to maybe tell her to take her pill or do this or that, and then I just feel like I just go tell some random person that I don't know, oh yeah, you need to go like this, because it's almost been embedded in me that I need to do it now, and I wouldn't be able to stop doing it because I've done it for so long.
They would be like, oh my god, I can't do this. It's our lives are so hard, harder than theirs will probably ever be, but to have someone take over my role as a carer is just no, you're not doing this right. This person isn't gonna know who they are or what their personality is like. It's I've known this person for basically my whole life. It's this is a part of my life. I will continue doing that until I'm dead or whatever.
Well, the reason I would not like anyone else to care for my brother is that no one knows how he feels, and I feel like I'm the only person that knows him in the house. I think I'd be more stressed out knowing about knowing how he's caring for him.
I would hate to lose that role because I've made a lot of different experiences and life skills that I'll use throughout my whole life, and maybe when I have kids or anything like that. The best thing about being a young carer is, there's millions of other people going through the same thing as you, and just the life skills and things like that. And it's always good for you to talk to someone and let out all the words that you can't let out to your family, maybe because that's who you care for.
The best thing about being a young carer is that we're all this big one family and have been going through similar to the things that you've been going through. And they've dealt with stuff like this, and it's good to have this opportunity to have a break from stuff and have these people surrounding you with happiness, and they all know what it's like to be a young carer.
The reason that I like being a young carer is that you get opportunities to do activities and stuff with the PCAVS group.
Gives you a sense of belonging, because at school, even though you might know people around you that are going through the same thing, there's not a lot of them, whilst here everyone's obviously here for different reasons, but the same.
The reason I like PCAVS really supports you and makes you happier when you just feel like you keep getting shouted at just for not doing something.
My first key worker when I came here was Chris, and to this day, he left 2 years ago. He has still made a huge good effect on my life, and just helped me so much through such a difficult time in my life where I didn't really know what I was doing. I felt so alone, and he just showed me that there was people that can help me and that are there for me and that are going through the same thing.
It's just, well, the young carers here has helped me, because I wouldn't be me at the moment. I'd just be some random guy just stressing out about everything just in the street. Yeah. Well, thank you. That's something to say. And if it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be in life.
Can I say one more thing? I think without young carers, we would all feel so alone.